The Collector is a horror thriller that fits squarely into the torture porn subgenre, offering a grisly narrative centered on elaborate traps and relentless violence. The plot follows Arkin, an ex-con desperate to repay his wife's debt to loan sharks. To do so, he plans a heist at his new employer's country home, unaware that another criminal, the Collector, has already targeted the property and rigged it with deadly traps. The film begins with Larry and Gina Wharton returning home to find a large trunk upstairs. Horrified by its contents, they are then attacked by an unseen assailant. Former convict Arkin O'Brien works as a handyman for the Chase family. After work, he meets his wife, whose debt to loan sharks is due by midnight. To protect her and their daughter, Arkin plans to steal a valuable ruby from the Chase home. As Arkin is attempting the heist, he encounters Michael, the father of the Chase family, who is injured and dragged into the basement by the masked Collector. Arkin's attempts to dial 911 are thwarted by traps, and he realizes that escape is impossible as the windows are boarded up and lined with razors. In the basement, Michael informs Arkin that his wife Victoria has also been captured. His older daughter Jill is out, and younger daughter Hannah is hiding in the house. Michael gives Arkin the combination to the safe, which contains a gun, but the gun is unloaded. Arkin pockets the ruby. He discovers a trunk containing a bloodied Larry, who reveals that the Collector captures one person from a household and kills everyone else. Horrified, Arkin tries to flee, but finds Michael dead. He frees a tortured Victoria, who is then killed by the Collector. Jill arrives home with her boyfriend Chad, who is killed by a bear trap. Jill makes a 911 call before being captured. Arkin frees Jill, only for her to be killed by another trap. Arkin escapes the house, but returns to save Hannah when he sees the Collector approaching her. Arkin sets a trap for the Collector, but it kills Larry instead. He sends Hannah down a laundry chute to the basement to hide, but is captured and tortured by the Collector. A police officer responding to Jill's 911 call is killed by the Collector's dog. Arkin frees himself, discovers Victoria's body, and armed explosives in the basement. After killing the Collector's dog and trapping the Collector, Arkin escapes with Hannah. Arkin is hit by a police car while seeking help and informs the police that the Collector was an exterminator working at the Chase house. The explosives detonate, but the Collector escapes unharmed. As Arkin is taken to the hospital, the Collector ambushes the ambulance, kills everyone except Arkin, and kidnaps him. In a post-credit scene, the Collector watches film slides while Arkin, trapped in a trunk, threatens to kill him. So, this movie has certain problems. There are quite a few plot holes and story issues, but the focus of this movie was to be another addition to the torture porn library. We're served with copious amounts of violence and gore, not unfamiliar to the Saw and Hostel movies that were popular at the time, as well as another masked killer. For me, the Collector's mask looks very silly and not scary at all. It looks like somebody dropped a bowling ball in a vat of rubber and cut eye and mouth holes in it after drying. The traps, while creative, sort of took me out of the movie due to the sheer amount of planning and setup that would have been required without the family ever knowing somebody was in there. Why is the Collector doing this to the family?
I don't know.
What's the deal with the ruby the family owns?
I don't know.
Does Arkin ever pay back the sharks who own his wife's debt?
I don't know.
But it's okay, we're going to have a gruesome, gut-wrenching ride to the end. While I wouldn't necessarily say The Collector is bad, fans of a weak story but strong violence will really enjoy this movie. Those of us with more interest in substance than spectacle could probably do better.